Albert Gonzalez, as I understand it in my non-expertise on the matter, is undergoing questioning at Senate hearings over the possible misconduct in firing 8 federal judges. Now, firing federal judges, I guess that's under the Attorney General of the United States has the power to fire all federal judges, but the reason that these firings are in question is because Gonzalez worked closely with the White House to develop a list of people that the White House wanted removed, and that supposedly is unethical. Now, it's strange to me because this isn't the first time that there's been, questioned misconduct in the White House. Karl Rove had a bunch of emails deleted. Now, there's this whole Gonzalez scheme. I think Karl Rove deleted the emails that they kind of indict Alberto Gonzalez. There was questions about lying over intel over the Iraq War. And when you look at the presidency of George Bush versus the presidency of Bill Clinton, they're both filled with a lot of scandals. The scandals are just very different in nature. Clinton's were personal matters, which he did lie about, and that's never a right thing to do. And then Bush's are matters of national security. It's like, where was the intel about weapons of mass destruction on the Iraq War? Was that accurate? Did Bush lie before Congress? Did Colin Powell lie before Congress? And yet, despite all these blemishes on Bush's records, all these missteps, and all these questionable conduct, there's never been any talk to impeach Bush. Now, I don't think Bush should be impeached. I don't think that would be very productive for the country. I think that would be a step backwards. I don't think that sort of vindictive approach is the right way to go. But it just makes me question the absurdity of impeaching Clinton. I remember being a senior in high school during that and studying that in a government class, and it just seemed like the most absurd proceeding at the time to impeach a president when there was really nothing at stake in terms of the country. It was just a personal matter. So, again, like, that time just strikes me so strange, and there seem to be many more mishaps within the Bush administration that have more serious ramifications for the entire country. Yet impeachment has never come up. That's probably for the best. Hopefully, the Clinton impeachment taught us that impeachment should only be used in very rare cases, only under the most awful circumstances when it's really necessary. And otherwise, it's just a waste of the time for the country. But I also hope that something productive comes from these Senate hearings, because it seems to me, and I'm not thoroughly versed in the legislative practices, and how the Senate conducts its business, but it seems like Senate is always having hearings on one matter or the other. I don't know how much good actually comes from these. I know lobbyist Jack Abramoff had to attend Senate hearings, and those hearings helped bring evidence forth that put him in jail for, his practices that put many Native American tribes in a lot of debt. But I just hope that the Senate hearings are productive and that there is a real plan and a real idea of what they want to achieve. Because if not, there's a lot of other serious issues that need to be addressed, a lot of laws that need to be passed, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope that these hearings have something productive. I hope they don't lead to impeachment talks. But at the same time, I think, like, every time there is a little mishap in the Bush administration, it really reminds me of the Clinton administration and all of the scandals that were taking place and how less serious they were, and yet at that time it led to impeachment, which was very absurd.